Good morning. So today we're going to talk about our special right triangles. We have two of them. Our first one that we're going to talk about is our 45, 45, 90. Okay, so that means that we've got our 90-degree angle, our right angle, and the other two angles inside of here are going to be 45 degrees. Okay. So this special right triangle tells us that the sides are going to be congruent. Okay, well, sorry, not the sides, but the legs are going to be congruent. So that means my legs are going to be x. Okay. Good. All right. So how could I solve for my hypotenuse over there? Okay, my hypotenuse would be x squared plus x squared, right? X squared plus x squared is 2x squared. And then what would I do here? I would take the square root of both sides, right, to solve. So if I take the square root of both sides here, then my h will get to be just an h. The square root of 2 is going to be the square root of 2. The square root of x squared is going to be an x. So that means my hypotenuse is going to be, my hypotenuse is going to be x times square root of 2. Okay. Okay, so let's do this example here. So, number one, if I wanted to find the missing legs here, then I know that I'm looking at a 90-degree angle, okay? So if it's a 90 degree and one of my other angles is 45, then the other one is going to be 45. So this is my special angles, my special triangle. Okay, so one of my legs is a 5, so that means that I could find these other two. Let's just call them x and y here. Okay, so this x is also going to be equal to a 5, and my y here is going to be equal to 5 square root of 2. Okay. Okay, so let's try this one here. So here I've got a right triangle. It's special because one of the angles is 45, so that means the other one's going to be 45. Okay, so what does that mean? That means that my two legs are going to be congruent. They are the same measure, right? So I could find this by using my 45, 45, 90. So I would say x squared plus x squared is equal to a 15 squared. So x squared plus x squared would be a 2x squared. Divide both sides by 2. So you're going to get a 15 squared divided by 2. And then you'll take the square root of both sides. So when you take the square root of both sides, you will be left with, when you take the square root of a square, square root of square, so that's just going to be a 15 over square root of 2. Remember, we don't like the square roots at the bottom, so we multiply by square root of 2. Okay, so my x, my sides, are going to be equal to 15 square root of 2 over 2. So both of these sides would be 15 square root of 2 over 2. Okay, all right, we have another special right triangle. Okay, so our 30, 60, 90 special right triangle. Okay, So that means that inside here, one of my angles is going to be 30 and the other one is going to be 60. Okay, so the shortest leg, okay, so the shortest leg is opposite the 30-degree angle. Okay, so the shortest leg, and this is true really for any, so shortest, whoops, okay, so in this case, our smallest angle would be the 30-degree angle. Okay, all right, so the shortest leg here, this is what we're going to have to remember, is going to be equal to an x. The larger leg is going to be, which is going to be across from the 60, okay, is going to be equal to x square root of 3. Okay. All right, let's see. If we can remember that, then we can do our Pythagorean theorem. So x square root of 3 squared plus an x squared is going to be equal to my hypotenuse squared. Okay, so x square root of 3 squared is going to be a 3x squared. Okay, 3x squared plus x squared is going to be a 4x squared. Okay, take the square root of both sides. So if I take the square root of both sides, the square root of 4 is going to be a 2, and the square root of x squared is going to be an x. So my hypotenuse is going to be equal to a 2x. Okay. Okay, so let's find it. Let's do an example here. So here I've got a 30, 60, 90. I've got my 60-degree measure there. Okay, so then up here is going to be my 30 degrees. So across from my 30 degrees is going to be my x. Okay, so x is going to be equal to a 4. So I can find my leg opposite of my 60. So that is going to be x times square root of 3. So that's going to be 4 square root of 3. And then my hypotenuse is going to be 2 times my x. So 2 times 4, which is going to be an 8. All right, let's do another example of a 30, 60, 90. Okay, so here I've got a 30, 60, 90 degree triangle, and I know the side that is opposite my 60. Okay, so that means that the opposite side is going to be x square root of 3. The side opposite of 30 is going to be x, and the hypotenuse is going to be 2x. Okay, so what is my x going to be equal to here? My x will be equal to an 8. So 2 times 8 will be a 16. Okay, all right, I hope that makes sense. Please just continue to work on those worksheets. Have a great day.